Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is SirSwarm and we are playing Bee Swarm Simulator on Roblox. I'm having actually a rather fun time explaining all the bees to you. Probably because I also wanted to read them myself. But yeah, let's just get right into it because nobody likes long intros. And let's get right into it. I just said that. Again. Let's just get right into it. Alright, so we're starting off with the first of the epic bees. They are a bit rarer to get than the rare bees. They're harder to get. I shouldn't say they're rarer to get because these are rare. These are epic, so they're harder to get than the rare bees, but they also are slightly better. So here's the bumblebee. That's a larva. This bee lived in the ocean. It loves blue flowers because they remind it of home. And this bee is gifted, and it has, I do have one, and it will look like, where is it? Has a little bubble particle effects coming off the top of him, because he's a bumblebee. And that's what he looks like when he's gifted. There he is. And this is what he looks like when he's not gifted. He's blue. He's epic, first of the epic bees, and he's blue. He'll have 20 energy, and he'll have speed of 16.1, and he'll have 3 attack. He collects 10 pollen in 4 seconds, makes 160 honey in 4 seconds, and his gifted hive bonus is plus 50% bubble pollen. Now, bubble pollen is a bit weird. The bubbles will show up on the field, sometimes by chance, or sometimes your bees will spawn them in. Let's see if I can get one. Essentially, what a bubble does is that it will spawn a bubble, and if you run into it or pop it, see, here's one. You run into it, pop it, it will gather all of the pollen in that area and then instantly regrow them. I think it also is better in blue flowers instead of red because bubbles are blue. So I think they have a disadvantage actually in red. Yeah, they do. So basically, if it's gifted, you'll get 50% more bubble pollen. And so that's all they do. Basically, they can spawn naturally, or you can have your bees spawn them in, and then they'll just gather a lot for you. And basically, they gather tons of pollen and then restock the flowers as if you never even took them. So that's pretty nice. See, it'll just restock all of these flowers around it because that's what bubbles do. So its first ability, because it actually has 2, its first ability is Blue Bomb. Collects 10 pollen from 13 surrounding blue flowers, plus 10% per pollen per level. Combo with other bombs to increase power. We've already saw the Blue Bomb. If you want to see that, then go back to my other video about the which bee was it? The bumblebee. Back to that video, and I explain the Blue Bomb in more detail. But it also has a second ability, which is actually passive, and you don't see that many bees with passive abilities. But this one does. It's a passive, gathering bubbles. Has a 35% chance. It's actually a 50% chance if gifted, which I do in fact have this be gifted, so I'm getting that plus 50% bubble pollen. Now I also have like 50% chance because it's gifted, but you guys probably have 35 if you first get this, to spawn a bubble when gathering. So basically, whenever this bee gathers, it has a 50% chance for me, 35% chance for if you don't have gifted, to spawn a bubble. And if I touch it, it pops, collecting 4 red, 6 white, and 8 blue pollen. So essentially, it'll collect 4 blue or 8 blue pollen because it's a blue ability, 6 white because it's neutral, and 4 red because it's the opposite color. That guy's speedy. And it'll be plus 10% per gifted blue bee type. That's actually interesting. I didn't even notice that about before. So for every blue gifted bee that you have, it'll be plus 10%. And yeah, the bubble will collect from 29 nearby flowers and cause them to replenish. That's what it does. Collects from 29 flowers and then replenish completely after taking that amount of pollen. So to recap, that is the the bumblebee, plus 15% move speed, plus 80 convert to mount, and plus 2 attack. So it does actually attack a bit more. So the bumblebee is kind of good, but then again, all the epic bees should be better than the rares. Next up, we have the bucko bee. I do have this gifted, and I do have one. The bucko bee is the leader of the blue bees, and a longtime rival of Riley bee. Its tenacity is its greatest strength. So here we learn that the bucko bee is actually the leader of the blue bees. That actually appears in some lore. We might get a little bit into that when we get into the gear pieces, because some of them are called like the bucko guard or like the bucko something else. And that just means that it's good because it's made by the leader of the blue bees. So I do have him gift him, and I do have him. He looks like that. He has a little mohawk. So I think every bee now will have some sort of particle effect because or some sort of like addition to their bee profiles. Like this stubborn bee, it's only a rare, so it's not going to have anything addition. The bumblebee is going to have like bubbles coming out of the top, and this bucko bee has like a little mohawk. It's like modifications to the bee. As you can see, like a lot of these have like modifications. That just means that they're better than rare. So he has a little mohawk, and he's like really blue. This is what he looks like when he's not gifted. So I guess if he's gifted, he's completely blue, and if he's not gifted, he'll be black, or is that navy blue? Navy blue and blue. So he's an epic blue. He's not even legendary, but he's the leader of the blue bees. Kind of weird. But he's epic blue. He has 30 energy, speed of 15.4, and he attacks of 5, which is quite a bit. He'll collect 17 pollen in 4 seconds, and he makes 80 honey in 3 seconds. But you should expect this because he is the leader of the blue bees. And his gifted hive bonus, which I do have, is plus 20% blue field capacity. So I think what that means is that if I walk into a blue field, I have more capacity. I have 426,438. That number does go up from 426 536. So that's that bonus capacity coming into play. Didn't even know I had that, but I guess I have that. And it has a very simple ability, Blue Boost. Grants 20 plus 20 pollen from blue flowers for 15 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. Already talked about that. Don't know, go back to one of my other abilities videos, like the Colby, and I'll explain that in more detail. To wrap this guy up, we have plus 10% move speed, plus 50% energy, plus 4 attack, plus 7 gather amount, and plus 25 convert speed. A lot of pluses, but it should be expected as he is the leader of the blue bees. That will wrap up the bucko bee. And last in this video, we're going to have the commander bee. A strong, no-nonsense bee who stays level-headed when things get rough. I do not have him gifted, but I do have him on my team. And he has his little helmet because he is an epic bee, and that's his modification. He has a helmet. A football helmet. That's what he looks like. If you can't actually see him down there. He's not gifted, so there's no point in looking at him on the screen. He's an epic colorless bee. He has 30 energy, speed of 14, and attack of 4. Well, he is a commander bee. He collects 15 pollen in 4 seconds and makes 80 honey in 4 seconds. His gifted hive bonus is a plus 3% critical chance. It was actually a lot like the looker bee, but just better. Essentially, there's not a lot of reason to get the looker bee, except for one for his plus 25% critical power. And he does give a bit of focus if you have the looker bee. So critical chance is nice. I don't have that, but it doesn't even matter because the looker bee supplies that with one ability. So he has his first ability, Focus, grants +3 critical chance for 20 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Critical hits increase pollen and damage by 100%. But if you want to go back to my Looker Bee video and you get that in more detail. Actually, I don't even think I showed the ability of the Looker Bee. Here, let me get that real quick. Here it is. It just looks like a big eyeball. Looker Bee ability. Buzz Bomb. Collects 7 pollen from 13 surrounding flowers, plus 10 per level, a combo with other bombs to increase power. But you can go back to like my Bomber Bee to see that. A lot of these are going to be like the same abilities as the previous ones, but maybe like they have like 2 in 1 bee, which makes them better. Like once we get the legendaries, they're going to have like new abilities, and mythic bees, event bees are going to have like new original abilities instead of copying, because all of these bees in the beginning, they were like around in the beginning, so like they have the most basic abilities, but it's what makes up the core mechanics of the game, which is why I like it so much. That is actually going to have to be the end of this video, because I went over 3 of these epic bees in this video. If you did like this video, then hit the like button, and if you want to see more Bee Swarm Simulator content, I will eventually be coming out with more content than just going over bees, but this is more for the new players of Bee Swarm Simulator and the experienced ones. So subscribe if you want to see more content. I will get around to posting more of these videos, and eventually onto the gear videos, and then on to the gameplay videos. So thanks for watching. Bye.